Hi, this is video number 2 for tonight on the marathon taping, and I'm going to get right into Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hopefully I'm finally warmed up. I feel like when you take a week off and you try to come back into these videos, it almost feels like you're really rusty, at least in my case. What's the name of this episode? Oh yeah, Too Late to Apologize. So we see Kenya in the circus class. I don't know what you would call it. She's swinging around on the fabric, and Candy walks in when Kenya's swinging upside down, saying that she's gone with the wind fabulous. With Candy thinks she should let go of and come up with a new catchphrase. Kind of reminds me of Clueless, when the girl told the other girl, "Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not gonna happen." That's how Candy is with the Gone with the Wind Fabulous. Not Candy, Kenya. So Candy questions her again about the whole Apollo thing, and she's a little too invested in the situation for my taste. Because I mean, that's for Phaedra to ask her, not for you to ask her. That's kind of like, I don't know, that's overstepping your boundaries, especially when you got issues to deal with your mom. You want to get in Kenya's face and question her about all these text messages, but you're afraid to speak up to your own mother and tell her, to chill the fuck out. So I can't with Candy right now, but I'll come back to that. So what else happened? I can't remember because I started daydreaming and I didn't feel like rewinding a DVR. So the next thing is Portia goes to the therapist, who's not Iyanla but has the same hairstyle as Iyanla almost, and Portia. They're all these names. Portia doesn't know how to use air quotes still. She keeps just using them at random time when she's actually not quoting anything or not being ironic in any way. So that's that. The therapist seems to lecture her more than actually conduct therapy, which that's not therapy. You just sitting there and lecturing her about her life is not therapy. Therapy is you're supposed to take her through the steps so that she gets her own realization of what she needs to do. For that, I could be a therapist. I could tell you what you need to do. Pay me $150 an hour or more, depending on, like, if you're in LA, $250 an hour. But anyways, again, the fake lashes, the giant, huge, fake cartoon lashes that I just talked about with the Houston Beauty Kids, now on Portia. Trim them down or go to the beauty supply store and, no, better yet, you have enough money. You can put $3,000 or $5,000 a month from Cordell. Go to salon and have them put individuals on. They will sit there and put semi-permanent individuals on and then trim them so that they're the right shape and the right length, and you won't look like a damn hobby horse. Or, no, the walking dolls. I don't know if anybody remembers walking dolls. They're these plastic dolls that maybe about 1.5 feet tall. But when you're like 3 or 4 years old, they look like they're your size. And you're supposed to be able to hold them and get them to walk, which only your older siblings get them to walk. When you're that age and you have the doll, you try to get it to walk 2 times, and you end up just putting your clothes on the doll because the doll's just about big enough to wear your clothes. But anyways, they have those eyes that flutter up and down, and they have the thick eyelashes, and that's what that looks like. I keep coming with different things that these lashes look like. I've already said they look like Muppets, look like the little mouse on the Nickelodeon show, and now they look like the walking. Either way, they don't look like human being lashes. So what else happened? Nene went to visit Cynthia, and the only entertaining part of that was Nene's hair, because she had this like finger wave type of thing, but the part was, I don't know, I didn't understand it. I kind of felt like Mariah Carey in the Honey video when she looked up at that guy and she was like, "Lo siento, no entiendo su pelo." That was funny to me, anyways. But Candy calls to gossip about Kenya, and I still didn't care about that. Phaedra and Candy go and eat some frozen yogurt, and they discuss Kenya, and I liked Phaedra's suit. Oh yeah, Phaedra said something about Kenya having a sagging diaper booty. Our butt is anything but sagging. It might look fake, it might look big, but it's not sagging. That was just hating. That wasn't even. No, that was just pure hating. Anyways, what she says. Oh yeah, she says that she's gonna take care of her children and pay her mortgages. And she made sure to emphasize that S so that you know that she has more than one property. And so she's not worried about Kenya, which we all know is a damn lie. And she keeps calling Kenya old, which I don't get because I'm pretty sure, I don't know for sure, but I look at Phaedra and she looks mid-30s, so what are we talking about? A 5-year difference? That's not, I don't know, that's not enough to talk about. Then we cut back to Cynthia, and she's just finishing some business with her assistants when her daughter walks in and asks to use her credit card. And Cynthia asks her little girl what little boy she's been talking to on the phone. And she says, well, his name is Arthur, and that he's her boyfriend. And Cynthia questions her about whether they kiss or not, and she's like, yeah. And Cynthia acts all shocked about Noelle kissing a little boy. Meanwhile, I'm looking at this girl. Your little girl that's 13, I think she's 13, is wearing a see-through shirt that you can see her bra through on TV. And you're worried about her kissing a boy, and she's walking around with a see-through shirt on, and you're not saying nothing about that? I just had a flashback of my mother and one of my friend Sharon's mother always yelling at us about our skirts being too short, and we still walked up the house with no skirts on. Well, we had tights on or leggings underneath it, but the skirt still was like just beneath your behind. And this is in cold Connecticut winter time. And we swore our legs weren't cold. We just need a winter coat and some boots on, but our legs weren't cold. We wanted to wear those short skirts. But still, you as a parent, you're at least supposed to say something about it. She might still, put it in her bag or leave it in her locker and then change when she gets to school. But that's what you're supposed to do. That I feel like these kids, they get it too easy. They are not made to sneak around and be industrious like generation. We did a lot of stuff, but we were creative in finding out how to do it. And I feel like you're taking that experience away from them by not making them do that. I don't know, maybe it's my own warped sense of anything, but I feel like as a teenager, you're supposed to learn how to sneak around and do stuff. It's a part of development. What else happened? All the ladies meet for lunch except for Kenya. Kenya and Faye dress some pretty cute dresses on, but again, they're always too tight. And I think I've said it probably 100 times, and I'll say it 100 times more. Tailoring is your friend. All the two of them had to do was go up one dress size and then go and have it professionally tailored, and they would have looked like $1 million. And they have enough money. Both of them have enough money to go and get something tailored. For a dress, taking a dress might cost, depending on the type of dress, anywhere from $35 to $50. Maybe even less, depending on what area you live in. But tailoring doesn't cost that much, and it's something that it really makes you look amazing. So that get your stuff tailored so it looks nice on you. But Candy's cheap. Candy won't even spring for a decent weave. So it's too much for me to expect her to get tailored. But Phaedra seems like she's the type of person that would get something tailored. But she likes to wear everything tight because she's so interested in trying to squeeze those little 8 cups up to her neck. Trying to make them look like she has cleavage. Anyways, what the heck? Yeah, Portia is talking about Cordell's controlling ways, which I've never cared about. I still don't care about it. Nene, Phaedra and Candy high five over being able to put themselves on a private jet, and we all know only one of them can, and that's really Candy. So, yeah. Portia explains more, and I lost interest, so I don't care. Then she says, "Let's cheers," which irritates the hell out of me. It's toast. I can imagine. I just feel there's too many grown people walking around sounding like middle schoolers. What the hell is going on? How do you not know to say, let's make a toast, or let's toast too? Let's cheers. But then you get the same person who thinks there's 264 days in a year. And her and her sister are Siamese cats. So, yeah. I'm expecting too much again. Can you go shopping with her chef cousin? I don't care. Nene goes to see Kenya and keeps saying, oh, the ghetto. And I was watching Scorpion show last week, and I believe it was Kevin that was saying that, Nene needs to stop acting like she's not from the ghetto and saying this and that. And I have to disagree because I don't think that Nene is necessarily from the ghetto. She strikes me more as being from the country. Like that, there's something about her that just says, I'm from the backwoods country, which can be misread as ghetto, but I don't think she's from the ghetto. I think she's country. So, for what it's worth. What else? Nene and Kenya talk about Kenya's African that she's seeing, or the African gentleman that she's seeing, and they go apartment hunting. I was noticing Kenya's jumper, and from the back, she was rocking the hell out of it. Her legs looked amazing from the back, but from the front, the jumper was kind of eaten up in her, what's Jocelyn called her, a cootie cat? It was eaten up in there, and again, tailoring. But I think that the reason why I was pulling up is because Kenya is so busty. The jumper really probably wasn't made with enough fabric in the front for her, so that's why I was pulling up. Which again, one size up, go and get it tailored. What else? Apollo and Phaedra have a very uncomfortable dinner, although the food looked really good. Even though Phaedra complained about it, she said it was tough or it was cooked too long or something. But that could have been just chalked up to her attitude at the time. Apollo is still obviously extremely hard up. You could tell this is a guy who hasn't gotten any in a very long time. And it's not really Phaedra's fault because, like I said before, when a woman has a baby, a lot of times it's like a 6-week waiting period, and then I think it's longer if they have a cesarean. So, I mean, you just got to deal with it. What else? Oh, yeah, the lobster. That looked good. Like, I already said the food looked good, but the lobster looked really good. I also was thinking, I wrote this in my notes, that Apollo needs to get a vocation so that he doesn't have time to sit around texting people. He needs to have something that he's working on, or a dream project, something that gives his life more purpose than just being man meat for Phaedra. You gotta do something. I actually thought when he went to visit Cynthia, which I think is in the next episode. But anyways, when he went to see Cynthia, I thought she was gonna put him on a catwalk and at least try to make a model something. But he just went there to talk to Peter. But I'll come back to that in the next video. What else? Yeah, like I said, he needs a vocation. Because speaking of Peter, at least Peter has his failed business ventures to keep him busy and out of Cynthia's hair. Not saying that Apollo should waste Phaedra's money on failed business ventures, but he needs to find something to do. Something to make him feel like he has accomplished something other than impregnating a wealthy woman. Like, dude, have some... What's the word? Have some pride in yourself. Have something that makes you feel like, I did this, I accomplished this. I don't know. He just seems kind of just there. And I can see why that would be frustrating for Phaedra. Because on the one hand, she probably married him because he's a decent looking guy and he was passive enough for her liking. But now that she's been with him for a while, I think she's getting tired of being the breadwinner and the provider, and there's times, even career women, there's times when we want to feel like women. We want to feel like this guy, if something happened to me or if I need a break, he could take over and run some things. Apollo doesn't give me that I can take over and handle some things for a while vibe at all. He seems like he constantly needs to be directed because he just doesn't seem very motivated to do anything. Except text and bitch. Anything else happen? He said that he admitted to seeing Kenya in LA. And then he says the absolute wrong thing to Phaedra by saying if he wanted to smash it, he could have smashed it. And every time I hear the term smash, I don't know if you do this, but I always, when I hear someone refer to somebody smashing something, I immediately think of when Tom Green went and visited For the Love of Ray J, and they were all singing that song, She Smashed a Homie. I don't know why. I want that. I think that should be a ringtone. That would make a funny ringtone, funny alert. I'll find some way to make that either text message alert or ringtone for somebody, just because I want to hear it all the time. But that's all I have for Real Housewives of Atlanta. I kind of rushed through it because, like I said, I'm trying to get 8 videos done, and I really want to keep them each to like 15 minutes a piece, as close as I can, so that I can get through them quickly enough, and also so that they'll upload quickly enough. And I guess the third reason is because that's all that really happened. I'm not going to talk, 25, 30 minutes for about an episode where not a whole lot happened, in my opinion. I'll save that for things that strike me a little bit more, I guess. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.